While walking through the produce section of your local Brookshire store, you may find some interesting food and may be afraid to try. One of those vegetables that you may be unsure about is winter squash. Winter squash can make a great fall decoration, but it also can make a tasty meal. Hi, I'm Brooke, Brookshire's Consumer Nutrition Specialist. Today we're going to make a no-grain spaghetti with a semi-homemade tomato sauce. You heard me right, I said spaghetti with no grains. Instead of using pasta, I'm going to use spaghetti squash. You can find this squash in the produce section of your Brookshire store. First, we will need to make our tomato sauce using a can of diced tomatoes with all our seasonings. To start the sauce, we will saute some onions and mushrooms. Once the onions are tender, add the onions and mushrooms to a saucepan, along with a can of tomatoes, half a tablespoon of sugar, and some salt and pepper. Once the sauce has been brought to a boil, reduce the heat and allow the sauce to simmer for 1 hour. While the sauce is cooking, we will begin to cook the spaghetti squash. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees. Fill a fourth of a baking dish with water. Cut spaghetti squash in half and remove the seeds. Place the squash cut side down in the baking dish and bake for 1 hour. For a shortcut method, poke holes in the spaghetti squash and microwave for 10 to 15 minutes. Once the squash is tendered and has cooled, then the magic begins. With a fork, scrape out the flesh of the squash. It should look like spaghetti. Top spaghetti squash with tomato sauce and mozzarella cheese. Using spaghetti squash is a different alternative to your traditional spaghetti made with pasta. See this no-grain spaghetti recipe in the October issue of Celebrate Cooking, available online and in all Brookshire stores.